Well, hello there and welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. Delighted you've been able to tune in with us today. And as always, before we get into today's show, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and share us on social media if you get a chance. If you like listening on a podcast player, there's a link down below in the description where you can find us on up to 20 different podcast players. Also, if you want to support the show, there's also a link down below in the description and you can buy us a coffee on there and all the proceeds will, of course, come to the show. But let's jump into today's show, and the news has been relatively weak today. So we are going to continue the topic that we were discussing the other day, which was the double pricing of foreigners versus Thais at national parks. But we're going to delve in a bit deeper today, and we're going to discuss dual pricing here in Thailand and why it's completely wrong and why it needs to change. So dual pricing, which is the practice of charging different prices to different groups of people for the same goods or services. It's controversial and often considered unethical. In Thailand, dual pricing is particularly contentious because it is often applied based on nationality, with foreigners being charged significantly higher prices than Thai citizens. And in this, we are not just talking about national parks, we're talking about restaurants where it happens. Tours, if you go on a tour to a place, there'll be a Thai price and a foreigner price. Even if you go to some of these shows in Phuket or Bangkok with trapeze art and all this kind of stuff, you can find that there is a Thai price and there is a foreign price. And if you're wondering about where all these can be found, if you go to Richard Barrow's Twitter page, he has a Twitter account set up as 2Price Thailand, and there it lists all the places that do this. But nevertheless, anyway, I'll leave the link down below in the description, but let's continue. Now here's some of the reasons why dual pricing in Thailand is seen as wrong. Firstly, discrimination. Discrimination is the act of treating someone unfairly based on their membership in a certain group or category, such as their race, gender, religion, or nationality. Dual pricing, when applied based on nationality, is a form of discrimination because it treats people differently based solely on their country of origin, rather than taking into account their individual circumstances or needs. For example, in Thailand, some tourist attractions or activities may charge Thai citizens a lower entrance fee or price than foreign visitors. While proponents of this practice argue that it helps to make these attractions more affordable for local residents, it also means that foreigners are being charged more simply because of their nationality. This can be seen as unfair and discriminatory, particularly if the foreign visitors are also on a tight budget and may struggle to afford the higher price. Moreover, dual pricing can have negative stereotypes or biases about certain nationalities or cultures. For instance, if Thai citizens are constantly charged less than foreign visitors, it could create the impression that the latter group is wealthy and can afford to pay more, even if that's not the case. This can reinforce harmful stereotypes and lead to future discrimination. In addition to being ethically problematic, dual pricing based on nationality may also be illegal under Thailand's consumer protection laws or anti-discrimination laws. For example, the Thai constitution prohibits discrimination, and we'll go into that later in the show. Overall, dual pricing based on nationality is seen by many as a form of discrimination that treats people unfairly based on their country of origin and can perpetuate negative stereotypes and biases. It is important to promote fairness and equality by treating people as individuals with unique needs and circumstances rather than as members of a certain nationality or group. Now, another reason why dual pricing is wrong is just unfair. Unfairness is a key issue associated with dual pricing. When two different prices are charged for the same goods or services based on factors such as nationality, it can create a sense of resentment and unfairness among those who are charged more, particularly if they were not aware of the pricing differential beforehand. For example, a foreign tourist may visit a popular tourist attraction in Thailand only to discover upon arrival that they are being charged a significantly higher entrance fee than Thai citizens. This can create a sense of anger and frustration, particularly if they were not aware of the dual pricing system beforehand or if they feel they are being taken advantage of. Furthermore, some people may view dual pricing as a form of exploitation, particularly if they feel that the higher prices are unjustified. This can lead to negative perceptions of the country or attraction in question and may deter tourists from returning or recommending the destination to others. In addition to the psychological impacts, unfair dual pricing can also have financial consequences for those who are charged more. For example, if a foreign visitor is charged double the price of a Thai citizen for a certain activity, it may significantly impact their travel budget and limit the activities they are able to participate in. Overall, unfairness is a significant issue associated with dual pricing. The sense of resentment and frustration it creates can be harmful to both individuals and the reputation of the destination in question. To promote fairness and equality, it is important to consider alternative pricing models that take into account individual circumstances and needs, rather than basing prices solely on factors such as nationality. Now, another very important reason is negative perceptions. Dual pricing is often viewed negatively by tourists and create a negative perception of a country or destination. When tourists feel they are being charged more simply because of their nationality, they may feel they are being taken advantage of or treated unfairly. This can lead to a sense of resentment and frustration and may discourage them again from returning to this destination or yet again recommending it. For example, if a foreign visitor is charged significantly more than a Thai citizen for a particular attraction, they may feel that they are being singled out or treated unfairly. This can cause a negative impression on the country and may make the visitor feel unwelcome or unworthy of the same treatment as a local resident. Similarly, if a tourist is charged higher prices for goods or services in shops or restaurants, they may feel they are being targeted as a source of revenue rather than valued as a customer. Negative perceptions can be particularly damaging for a country's tourism industry, which relies on positive word-of-mouth recommendations and repeat visitors. If tourists feel that they are being treated unfairly, they may be less likely to recommend this destination to others or return for future trips. This can have significant economic consequences for the country, as tourism is often a major source of revenue, especially here in Thailand. To avoid negative perceptions and promote a positive image among tourists, it is important for destinations to consider pricing models that are fair and transparent. This may involve offering discounts or promotions for all visitors, rather than charging different prices based on nationality. By treating all visitors with fairness and respect, destinations can help to create a positive image and attract more repeat visitors. And the final reason, and it's more legal, dual pricing practices in Thailand may also lead to legal issues, as they may be in violation of the country's consumer protection laws and or anti-discrimination laws. Under Thailand's Consumer Protection Act, businesses are required to provide consumers with accurate information of the price of goods and services. If business fails to do so and engage in deceptive pricing practices, such as not disclosing dual pricing structures, they may be subject to fines or legal action. This is especially true if the dual pricing structure is not clearly communicated to the consumer in advance, as it may be considered a deceptive business practice. Moreover, under Thailand's constitution, discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender, nationality, or social status is prohibited. Charging different prices to consumers based solely on their nationality may be seen as discriminatory and a violation of the law. In addition, the Ministry of Tourism and Sports has issued guidelines that prohibit dual pricing practices for national parks, which may be extended to other tourist attractions as well. The guidelines mandate that all visitors, regardless of their nationality, should be charged the same price for admission to national parks and other protected areas. Violations of these guidelines may result in penalties, including fines or even revocation of business licenses. Overall, dual pricing practices may have legal consequences in Thailand, as they may violate consumer protection and anti-discrimination laws. To avoid legal issues, businesses and tourist attractions should ensure that their pricing practices are transparent, fair, and do not discriminate against any particular group or nationality. By doing so, they can help to ensure compliance with the law and to promote a positive image among visitors. So, overall, guys, and in conclusion, it's clear that the issue of dual pricing in Thailand is a complex one. While some may argue that dual pricing helps to subsidize costs for Thai citizens, the practice is often viewed as discriminatory and unfair and can have negative impacts on the country's reputation and relationship with tourists. It's important to acknowledge that dual pricing may have initially been introduced as a way to make certain goods and services more affordable for Thai citizens, who may have lower incomes than foreign tourists. However, the negative impact of dual pricing cannot be ignored. Discrimination based on nationality is not only unfair, but it can also create a sense of resentment and frustration among tourists who may feel they're being taken advantage of. Furthermore, dual pricing can have significant economic consequences for the country's tourism industry, as negative perceptions and experiences can discourage tourists from returning or recommending the destination to others. This is especially true in the age of social media, when negative reviews and experience can quickly spread and harm a destination's reputation. Considering these considerations, it may be time for Thailand to reconsider its dual pricing practices and move forward more transparent, fair and non-discriminatory pricing models. By doing so, the country can help to promote a positive image and relationship with tourists, while still providing affordable goods and services for its citizens. It's time to have a frank and open discussion about the future of dual pricing in Thailand and to consider alternative approaches that prioritize fairness and equality for all. And that is my take, guys, on the dual pricing model at the moment. I've done a bit of research on it. I mean, it spans pretty much everything. And the last day when we did the show on the national parks and what was going on there, sometimes it's up to 10 times the price of a Thai. I gave you the reasons why it's justifiable. But as I said, I was playing devil's advocate. Today, I've given the reasons why dual pricing in Thailand is completely wrong. It's discriminatory. It's possibly against the law. And it's just unfair. And let's be honest, most people would probably agree with the latter. But I'm going to leave it up to you now, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Do you agree with my statements here in the show today? Do you disagree? I'd love to know your comments, as always, down below in that comment section. But that's it for today, guys, and we will be back again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in as always. Have a great day and stay safe out there. But ultimately, with this story or anything else that stood out to you today, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Because yes, this is a news show, but it's also a conversation. Now keep that conversation going. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and do all the good stuff that does help that YouTube algorithm. But ultimately, my name is Kieran Mack. You've been listening to the Thai Expat Daily Show, and we will see you next time.